Say good morning to everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Time to go. My alarm went off. It's time to smile and go live. Welcome, everyone, to Raincross Farms Makery. I'm Robin. Behind the camera and behind the computer is Bill. I'm pointing at him because that way you'll look.
I never quite know exactly what.
Whatever. So we are glad to have you here. We are coming to you just outside of Lewiston, Idaho, and I have a fun craft for you today. It's something I would like to get. It's getting ready for Easter. So as you're hopping on, we would love it if you would like or love our page, follow us. We just hit 900 followers, so our next goal is 1,000. And if you are so willing to share out our page to your friends, to your crafting groups, that would be great. So let's see, let me pull this up on my phone so I can see comments a little clearer. There we are. Okay, so if you're not already signed up with us and you want to get, maybe you see what you like today and you want to watch more, if you want to get some free live text notifications a few minutes before we go live, you can text the word live to 208-425-1960, and it's absolutely free, and we'll just let you know right before we go live. So let's get started. When you hop on, say hello. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Judy. Sick Judy. Oh, well, yes, sitting by the creek is the best medicine, right? Hello, Melissa. Hello, Jackie. Welcome, welcome. So our craft today is a unique Easter basket. I can't take credit for creating this. Hello, Melissa. Thank you for sprinkling. Thank you, Judy. I can't take credit for inventing this. I've seen it on Pinterest or somewhere. So whoever was the very first person to think of this, all credit to you. I just don't know who you are. So this is what we need for our Easter baskets. You need 4 boxes of candy, and it's very helpful if they are all at least the same length. Okay, they can be a little bit different widths, not a problem. So these I got from Dollar Tree, so they were $1 each. And you're also going to need 1 or 2 of some kind of long candy. This is going to be the handle. So I was looking for the individually packaged long licorice ropes, couldn't find any, but this was Dollar Tree. It's a Nerd's rope, so this is going to be our cute little handle. So let's get started. So I don't know who's going to get this, but they are going to get lucky because they're going to get all of these candies. So we start by making sure they are face up and face out. And I'm going to separate my red from my pink. And I'm going to, okay, now I can do it. I can do it like a square by offsetting it like that. I'm not sure what you can see. I don't have it on the monitor. So you can offset it like a square, or you can, and I'm going to do it a little bit more of a rectangle. Okay. So we're just going to glue these together. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm just going to take some glue. And I'm going to use my table to square that up and make sure I want to make sure the bottom is even. And I'm just going to glue that and let it set. Then I'm going to do this next one. Same thing, just put some glue on the edge. And make sure it's square on the bottom, and then I'm just going to tip it up and make sure it's square there. It has a little bit of flexibility. So it's not the end of the world if you do it upside down, but my OCD makes me want to make sure all the words are face up.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you. Thanks, Sissa. Yes, it is going to be a sweet deal.
And
Okay.
Tracy's here.
Okay, now I'm going to tip this up because I'm going to glue both of these at the same time.
Ms. Binder is with us.
Patty. Okay, and let's stick that on. Okay, so that's level on the ground. Pick it up like that.
So is the main structural coming from just that glue,
Yes.
or is there going to be something on the bottom?
Well, I'm going to put something on the bottom. Don't get ahead of me. Okay, so I've got the 4 walls, and then it's going to be a non-candy bottom. So find yourself a piece of cardboard, and you're going to cut it to just a little bit thinner than this is wide. So measure it. So this is just about 7.5 inches wide by just about 6 inches. So I cut maybe 1/4 of an inch less. So I already pre-cut that so you don't have to watch. But this was a mailing box. It's not, you could use a cardboard box, you could use just about anything. But you want this to be just a little bit thinner than, and it's going to go on the bottom. So I've got that turned upside down.
Put that on there again and show them how thin it, the edges. There you go. I got it.
So it's just barely thinner so that you really don't see it. Okay. And I'm going to quickly, I'm going to put a line of glue all the way around.
And Cindy's with us. Hello, Cindy.
Hello. Okay, and decide what, I'm going to have that white showing through. And I'm going to place it on there and push it down. Because you're not going to see the bottom, so the bottom is going to be this brown color. Okay, so push it down, let your glue go. And there you have the basics of your Easter basket. Is that not cute? Okay, so then we're going to take our Nerds ropes or whatever you have, and we are going to glue those on. Now, I can decide if I want it, because this is wider. I think I want it, I kind of want it like that. Now, I could make a really tall handle by gluing these together. Should I maybe do that? Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so you can make a short handle, or you can put a couple together and do a tall handle. Now, this is plastic and this is hot glue. So I'm using a dual temp glue gun, so it's set on the low setting. So I tested this out and it did not melt the plastic. So, but it will be hot. So I'm gonna grab this little doodad that I got from the Dollar Tree, just so I can push into it and not burn my fingers. So I'm gonna move that candy down there, and I'm going to put a glob of glue right there. And yep, that's hot. I'm gonna push that there and just hold it in. So how many of you think you're going to make one of these? Make it for yourself. Get your favorite candies. They also have like what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
They also have like Raisinets and Milk Duds, and you just kind of want to make sure that your boxes are the same width apart to make that square.
How tall they are. They're pretty basic.
And if it's not, and if they don't exactly match up, it's okay. Okay, so again, I'm going to glue that on. So this is an edible Easter basket.
Joanne says nerd boxes. That's her grandkids' favorite is nerds.
There you go. Get you some. They had a couple different flavors of nerds at my Dollar Tree. Okay. And I know I've seen these type of boxes at Walmart, so I'm going to make that just, I kind of want a longer handle, and it actually is pretty sturdy. wouldn't be swinging it around too much.
Man says she's at the hospital with Mike, and she's sitting there watching. So is Mike watching also, or is Mike busy doing other stuff?
Okay, so I'm going to kind of attach.
Hi, Crystal. Thought you'd be at work, but apparently you're on spring break.
Okay, did we already say hello to Cindy? Hello, Cindy. You said hello to Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Not making for my youngest grand, but I have 11 grands. That would be a mint. Well, you know, you could do one per family and then individualize what goes inside. You can always do that.
Milk duds and hot tamales. I thought you said Mike duds. I was a little concerned there for a minute. Hello, Sue Watt from Sacramento. Glad you're with us.
Welcome. Okay, so I just kind of overlapped that a bit because I wanted a taller handle.
How's the hospital food, Mike?
Okay, so here we go. So pretty much done. Now we have to fill it. There's a lot of different things you could use to fill this. You could use this nasty stuff, Easter grass, right? How many of you hate Easter grass?
I don't like it because you can't eat it.
Well, they do have edible Easter grass.
Welcome, Jan.
Hello, welcome.
Maybe.
Thank you. Where are you from, Jan? Okay. So I'm sticking this grass in there. If you don't like this, I have some other suggestions for you. This used to get all over the house when we had kids. Well, we still have kids. We just don't have kids in our house. Okay. So you can use the traditional Easter grass. Here's some other suggestions. You can get this stuff this is Dollar Tree, but they have it at any kind of store that sells party supplies. It's decorative shred. It's like
that's not going to get all over the house?
It would get all over the house, but I don't know.
It is compostable.
Yes, it would decompose. So I didn't get any green. I just had some white, but you could find the green stuff. Okay, and that's gonna.
Are your nerds falling over?
We're gonna have to fill it up so that stands up. So you could use this instead of Easter grass. Or if you really, really, really hate all of that fluffy stuff, get yourself just some green tissue paper and wad up tissue paper and stick in there. So that could work. Or I found this at Hobby Lobby. It's tissue paper, but it's foliage. It's got green, so it kind of looks like grass. So if you found something like this and kind of crumpled it up in the bottom of your basket, it would look a lot like grass and it wouldn't make a big old mess. So then you're going to fill it with whatever your candy of choice is. So you can get those fillable eggs.
My sister Joanne loved her fillable eggs.
Yes, she did. Mountains of Colorado. Awesome.
So I was at Estes Park for a short time a couple years ago, and stayed in Loveland the night before.
Okay, so let's put our little, here, he'll hold it up. Here, we'll put our little Easter bunny. Okay, so cute. So I have a question for you. You know what, we need a bow on this. What is your favorite Easter candy? What is your favorite Easter candy? We've got a poll, and Bill's going to put it up. It's going to probably take a minute or two to come up. But what's your favorite Easter candy? There's those marshmallow peeps.
I was only given 4 spaces. I couldn't do more than
jelly beans. There's Cadbury eggs, and that would go with anything chocolate. Or those Robin's eggs, the malted milk balls. Okay, so
That's my favorite.
Tell us what is your favorite Easter candy? I'm going to stick a little bow on this.
So we tried to do a poll a couple nights ago, and it took, I don't know, 5 minutes for it to show up on my screen.
Okay. I got a couple of these rolls of ribbon from the Dollar Tree. This is kind of a mostly Dollar Tree craft. So here's one. It's kind of a burlappy ribbon, and it just says, Happy Easter, Happy Easter, Happy Easter, bunnies and flowers.
Oh, peanut butter eggs.
Ooh, Reese's
that
peanut.
under,
that could be under chocolate too.
Yeah, put that under the chocolate.
Ooh, robin eggs. Yes, we've already gone through a bag or two of those. Then there's also this ribbon with little Easter eggs, which is cute. And then there's just this teal color. And I'm thinking this is already very, very colorful. And I think this extra color would kind of get lost. We're just going to put a bow. I think we'll put it right up there. So I'm going to use just the teal color. Because like I said, all of this is kind of busy looking.
Jackie, do you even have things like the malted milk ball robin eggs and other things there? Because I know the chocolate in the UK is different than the chocolate here in America.
Okay. So.
Patty says peanut butter eggs and coconut eggs. Have you had coconut
eggs?
Yes. Have I had coconut eggs? I'm not
probably. They're like Brock's brand.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Or one of those Whitman's or... Okay, I'm trying to get that to turn over. Come on, my bow is not cooperating. I'm not the best bow maker. But I'm just trying to make a simple little shoelace bow.
There's a lot of things you want to try, Joanne. This says, cute idea. Jan, we're from Lewiston, Idaho. We're about 2/3 of the way up the Idaho stack, and we're about, I don't know, maybe 17 miles from the Washington border. So we're right on the Clearwater River, and it goes through Lewiston and Clarkson in Washington. So Lewiston is in Idaho, and Clarkson is in Idaho. I mean, in Washington. Named after Lewis and Clark. This is the way they came.
Okay, so there I have my cute little bow on the top. What do you think? Do you like it? Why am I so far back? We need to redo the camera because I feel like I have like this much.
You do. You have that much space.
So we're going to have to work on that. Anyway, cute little project, Dollar Tree items. So basically it costs $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 plus, and this is actually a Dollar Tree bunny. So under $10. And they've got plenty of candy. So you can either not put, you could put actual eggs that you dyed. See, but did you dye? We made this on another project. So you could use this for just the dyed eggs, or you could put more candy in there, or this is where you could wad up little dollar bills, or whatever you do for Easter. So cute little idea. You could wrap it up in cellophane if you wanted to hand it out that way, but I thought that was a cute little project. Now let me show you another idea. I think we have enough time. Maybe something on a little smaller scale. Maybe you have a Sunday school class that you want to give little gifts to, or maybe your kids or your grandkids want to hand out something to their classmates, or you have some coworkers that you want some little gifts for. So let me show you a cute idea to dress up something simple like a baggie. So these are baggies that I got from the Dollar Tree. These are the snack size, but it says square bags because they have two different kinds. They have this kind, which are not square, and let me show you the difference. These are the square ones, and they are basically square, and these are like this. So they're long and skinny. And there's nothing wrong with this except it has written on it 1 cup, 3/4 cup, 1/2 cup, 1/4 cup. So you probably don't want all that writing. I don't know if you can see that. So using these bags, I have a cute idea. Or you could use the bigger sandwich bags too if you wanted to. But using this, so you would take this and you would add whatever stuffing you wanted. And I'm just going to use the shreds here for something a little bit different. These might actually make more of a mess. And again, these come in different colors. I just happen to only have red and white. And I thought white would go better. So I'm going to stuff the bag with a little bit of stuffing. And then I'm going to add some candies. Oops, get back in there. Keeps jumping out. I'm going to add some candies. So this is where you could use your little Reese's cups or whatever. Fill them as full as you want or as little as you want. If you wanted a non-candy gift for children, you could fill it full of crayons. You can use the fancier eggs, whatever. So you get a little candy bag. Okay, but we're going to dress it up a little bit more. So this is where I'm going to use some of my chalk supplies. So we are going to use some cardstock that I got for scrapbooking. So I've got a couple different colors. I have a white sheet, and I have a blue sheet, and I have a pink sheet. And we are going to make a little cover to kind of dress this up. So I'm going to figure out how wide this is. And it is basically 5 1/4 inches. So however wide you want it to be, whatever your bag is. So I'm just going to trim it down. I'm going to use my handy dandy little Cricut trimmer. So I'm going to go 5 1/4. That aside, and then as long as you want, I'm gonna cut it off at about 6, so I can actually make 2 of these.
I asked Jackie what kind of chocolate they have in. What's her favorite in UK? She likes something called Galaxy. Has anybody here else had Galaxy chocolate or chocolate? Where did it go? I lost it now.
Yeah, I just saw it.
She said Cadbury because that's the only one she has there.
Okay. Sue doesn't like coconut. It's not everybody's favorite.
No.
We have friends in Island Park. I don't know where Island Park, Idaho is.
It's over on the west.
Okay. Okay. There's
on the east. I'm sorry.
There's Galaxy chocolate.
I might be wrong.
You just passed it. You just passed her comment.
Idaho Falls. Anyway, it's fun having people from somewhere close to us. Somewhere close to us. It's Galaxy chocolate. Has anybody else had Galaxy chocolate? I'd love to try some. I know the chocolate in England and UK is different than the chocolate we have here in America. They mix it differently.
And in Australia.
And in Australia.
They have, what is that stuff they have in Australia that's really popular? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway.
It ain't Nutella.
No. Okay, so, and it's not Vegemite. So this is one of our transfer. It's called the Hippity Hop Transfer, and it's a big one, but it comes with 6 smaller ones. So one of them says Hippity Hop, and it's got some cute little eggs. And one of them says Some Bunny Loves You. And this one says Hoppy Easter. And then this one says Spring Has Sprung. This one says Hop to It. And this one says Chirp with the cute little bird. So we are going to chalk this on paper. I didn't know if you knew you can chalk on paper. However, you do want to be careful. A couple of things that I recommend you do. Not everyone will recommend this, but I do. Because this is sticky and this is paper, what happens if you put a sticker down on paper and then you go to pull the sticker off? A lot of times you'll peel the paper off. So you want to avoid that. And my suggestion is that you wax your paper. Now, I have been told that if you use really high quality cardstock, you don't have to wax it. I can't speak to that personally. I've never tried it. I've never been brave enough to try it. So I have always, whenever I've chalked on paper, I always wax it. So I just take my surface wax, sell it in my shop. It's clear paste wax and it has no odor. And I'm just going to take a little bit of it and I'm going to rub it on the paper. That will give it just a coating so that this sticky transfer won't pull up the paper when you pull up the transfer. Okay. And again, just like when you're doing it with wood, you don't want so much wax on it that the paste won't stick to it. So you put on some paste wax, surface wax, and then you buff it off. And you should feel kind of a really smooth surface. Now, some of these papers are textured, so we'll see if it causes my chalking to bleed. Okay, so I've got these, and these are going to fit on there just about perfectly. You can use your, this is a paper punch that does corners, so you can trim up your corners if you like. You can also just do this with a pair of scissors. And that just kind of trims up your corners, makes them cute.
That's a handy dandy item.
This is from Fiskars. I don't know exactly what it's called. Are we moving me back?
Well, we're all crooked now, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but something moved it.
Okay.
Anyway, it's okay.
Okay, so this is Fiskars, and it's got 4 different edges that you can choose from. If you really want me to look up, I can get you a link to it because I'm sure they sell it on Amazon, but I'm sure I bought it at Joann's. Okay, so I've got my page here, and I'm going to, and I actually have these pre-waxed. Some of these I have pre-waxed. Which ones did I wax? These 2 I waxed. Okay, so let's do up a couple of these. So I'm going to peel off my transfer. Again, it's sticky. Even though we've waxed, I'm going to fuzz it. I'm going to put a little bit of lint on the back. And let's see. How about, you know what, let's do this one on the blue. And I want this down low because I'm actually going to fold over the top. So I want it down low, and I'm going to push this down only where I need to. I'm not going to push all the way around. Let's see if that looks straight.
They're still talking about chocolate.
Ooh, Snickers
Joanne says, no galaxy, only Mars. Duh. Play on words.
Okay.
Jackie says it's a very smooth chocolate. Cadbury is more like the more popular, though.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know that. And nothing like a Snickers. And Jackie loves Snickers bars. So they're just still talking about chocolate. Well, did everybody vote? Because right now, it looks to me like Peeps is only 1 vote, Jelly Beans is 2 votes, Cadbury Eggs is 4, and Robin's Eggs is 3.
Okay, so it looks like Cadbury is the winner, but not necessarily a runaway winner.
Well, there was a couple of them that did the peanut butter with that.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So I'm just centering it, and I'm kind of holding it up to make sure it looks centered. Okay. And I'm going to quickly paste these up. So this one, let's see, on the pink, I'm going to do our green, our couture teal paste. Okay, I think that might be a good contrast.
Sissa says she voted. Okay. Of course you did.
So I'm taking one of our squeegees. I'm putting a little bit of our paste on it. This is Chalkology paste. So it's chalk in paste form. And this is a silk screen. So where you can see through it, that is actually a fine mesh screen. and I'm pushing this paste through, and it will attach to that surface below. These are reusable. They're self-adhesive, so they stay in place. They are reusable. The company guarantees that you can reuse them 10 to 12 times as long as you take good care of them. Clean them up afterwards, and if I have enough time, I will show you. Okay, so let me peel and reveal. So I'm going to carefully, oops.
Missed a spot.
Missed a spot, and that could be the wax too. That could be the wax. I'm going to try one thing. I'm going to try a wet wipe. And I'm going to actually wring it out. And I'm going to try to kind of dampen that paste a little bit to see if that causes it to release. Not quite. Okay, so that looks like a wax problem, but I can go back. I can go back and fix that up later. Okay, so here's Somebody Loves You. Okay. And then let's see. Let's do, on this blue, let's do it with our white paste. Let's do Happy Easter. And let's hope that I don't have a wax problem on this. Okay, so I'm just squeegeeing that over. Now you can do it in one color. You can do each part in different colors. It's completely up to you and what supplies you have. And let's peel this off. Much better. Okay, put this down.
Looks marvelous.
Marvelous.
It looks marvelous, I say.
Marvelous. Okay, so before, I'm not quite ready to wash these yet, so I'm putting them down on a dish drying mat, and I'm just gonna spray the surface so the chalk stays wet. Okay, so here's my Happy Easter, and then let's quickly do Hippity Hop, and this one let's do in a couple colors. We don't want white, so let's see.
You've been going outside.
Let's add, you know what? Let's add another color to it. No, I'm just going to do the two. Okay, so here is our Couture Coral. So this is a pretty pink color. So I think I'm going to do the eggs in the coral, and I'm going to do the Hippity Hop in the teal. I could pull out a third color, but I created a little cart link if anybody's interested in taking a look at these supplies that we've used. And so I put in some paste packets, some singles of the teal and the coral. So if you wanted to recreate this, you could do that.
Did you have a keyword?
The keyword is basket.
Ooh.
So if you are interested in the transfer, the Hippity Hop transfer that has the 6 different little, they're basically a 5x5 design. So you could use it lots of different ways. And a couple of paste packets. You can
hold
type.
on, I gotta go over top.
Oh.
That one's got to, okay, now do it.
Hippity Hop. Cute, cute, cute.
Hippity Hop.
You could type in basket in the comments, and my bot will send you a link to that. Okay, so cute, cute, cute. Let me show you how to finish these up. So I'm going to dry this so that I don't, once our paste is dry, it's smudge and budge proof. It won't come off unless I get it wet or if I really scrape at it. Now, I have done this, these are great. I've done this with greeting cards. I did some Christmas cards this year with some Christmas designs. So very versatile. It works on wood, it works on plastic, it works on glass, it works on paper, it works on fabric. This is one that we did. So between our paste and our ink, there's really not much it's really not a surface that we can't design on. Okay, so let me clean this up. And okay. So this is actually going to be like a bag header. So I'm going to get rid of that piece. I'm going to fold this over. I'm just going to get, I'm just using this as a straight edge. Sure. About right there. I'm just kind of using that as a straight edge and folding that over. And then we can stick this up in there.
Stick it
up in there, up in there. Okay. And then we've got a cute little
Hippity Hop
bag. Okay. So I'm going to actually, I'm going to cutify this too. I'm going to push that up there and I'm going to close that. And then I'm going to take this is our power punch. Now you could do it with a regular hole punch, but I have this and I'm going to poke. Let's see, I'm going to punch a hole there and I'm going to punch a hole there. And I went through the bag and then I'm going to take, let's see, some cute little ribbon. Again, Dollar Tree. Don't neglect your Dollar Trees. They have a wealth of supplies. They're not going to have everything you want. They aren't going to have the super best quality of everything either, but you can get a lot of good stuff at your Dollar Tree. So let me add a little bit of this, and we are going to feed this through. I'm going through the front, through the back, and through that bag with my ribbon. You could use twine, you could use yarn, whatever you've got. And we're just going to tie a cute little bow. Okay. So this is one-sided ribbon, so you have to be careful that you have to spin it to make sure the pretty side is out. Tighten that up. Okay. So here we have it. Let's flip that. If it will flip. If not, that's okay. So there we go. Cute little baggie full of goodies, whatever you wanted to put inside there. It doesn't even have to be food. Cute little way to package up some gifts for your friends. So give me some hearts. Throw me up some hearts if you like that. If you think you might try something like that. So just a couple little ideas for you. Again, you can round the corners off or not, whatever works. Okay, so I have just enough time to show you how to clean up the transfer because somebody's got to do it, right?
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Some bunny's got to do it.
Some bunny.
Okay,
I get it. You made a funny there.
Okay, so let me show you how I do this. So I just use regular everyday tap water, although this happens to be distilled water. It does not need to be. Okay. And then I take either a paper towel or I have discovered these, they are Swedish dishcloths, and they're just like a really, really thin, durable sponge. And I start cleaning them with this or paper towels. Okay, this is totally optional. This is not something you have to do, but it saves on the next step that I will show you. So I'm just taking that top layer of paste off. And you can see this isn't getting all of it, and that's okay because I'm not done. My goal is to get the paste out of that screen because that's the important part of the transfer. Now you can see I've used this before and it's kind of stained. If I use some of our darker colors, they are very highly pigmented and they will actually stain the transfer, but it doesn't matter as long as I have it out of the screen. It doesn't matter. So now I'm going to take our board eraser, which is like a magic eraser, but there's no chemicals. And this is going to pull, truly, I don't know how it does it other than magic. Whatever this cellulose is, it grabs that paste and pulls it off of the transfer. Now I use the paper towel because I think it creates less wear and tear on this step and makes my board eraser last a little bit longer. So that's always a good thing, right? Okay. So front, backs. So here I'm getting paste off. I'm also getting some of that lint off that we did put on when we were fuzzing this.
Now, typically, though, if you weren't doing this in front of the camera, you'd probably just take those to the sink and wash them out in the sink.
If I was just upstairs at the table, I would just run these over to the sink and I would rinse them off with cool water. I'd still use my board eraser because that really gets it out of the screen. And
right now you're doing that. What is that blue mat again?
This is just a dish drying mat from Dollar Tree. It's just something that is catching the moisture. And I'm going to let these dry. I'm going to let these air dry. I could take a paper towel and kind of take off that moisture, but it's really better to just let them air dry. Once they're dry, I'm going to put them back on their backer sheet. So I'm going to take the shiny side to the sticky side, put it back on its sheet, and put it back in its little plastic sleeve. And then it's good to go for the next use. So like I said, you can get a bunch of uses out of one transfer. So don't look at the price and think, wow, I don't want to spend that much for one project, because you can make multiple projects. So we are just about out of time. Again, if you're interested in any of the transfers or supplies, type in basket in the comments. If you're interested in getting 40% off any of the chalk supplies, I can tell you how to do that. And it's really easy and it's very low commitment. And I'd be happy to talk to you about it. So just mention that in the comments and I'll reach out and chat with you. So this was our cute idea. I hope I gave you some inspiration to try something. It's not wanting to sit up. And you can actually put these inside there. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for those of you that shared our video. Thanks for those of you that donated stars. We are collecting stars to buy a dedicated computer that can stay down here in the craft room and not have to drag upstairs and all that good stuff. So anyway, so any of the stars that you send us will go towards purchasing that, and so we really appreciate that. So I think that's it for this week. Thank you so much, Craft Around the Clock, for allowing me to host this segment. And I forgot to look and see who's up next, but somebody great is up next and they will have a great project for you. And if you would like to see more of what we do, click on our page and follow us. And we go live quite often. So come and see our next project. Look at some of our old ones. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. We so appreciate you. And we encourage you to do something creative every day. So thanks so much. I'm going to pose with these guys.
Say goodbye, Gracie.
Goodbye, everybody.